So great, guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Excel Masterclass. In this Excel Masterclass, we are going to be learning a lot of things regarding Excel, and especially we are going to be focusing from the finance perspective, right? Generally, whatever courses which are available, right, or whatever courses which you watch generally have one common issue and a problem. They do not talk from the finance perspective. That is point number one. Point number two, they just talk about what are things that is something useful to them. But we, being into this journey of a finance, we are going to be talking from the perspective of how we can utilize this Microsoft Excel, how we can ensure that Excel is something which you can leverage in our offices. And trust me, if you know the Excel very well, right, definitely you can save your lot of time which is there. By the way, luckily in my journey, right, I have learned a lot of Excel, right? I've learned macros, which is there. And also one thing which is there, I don't need to see the formulas whenever I'm going to be typing it out, right? Now, whatever the level of Excel you know, either it is on a scale of 1 to 5, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not a problem. But what is important here is that whatever I'm going to be teaching you every day, you need to ensure that you do it after the class so that you learn those things out and definitely you can utilize this in a real world. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be considering a lot of real world scenarios, cases which we see every day, right? And that is something which we need to cope up. Now, how this journey of Excel is going to be divided in our class, right? I'll just brief you out in a short. How this journey of Excel is divided for all of us and what all things we are going to be covering in this Excel course. So the course is divided into 6 different days out. Let me share my screen as well so that you guys can see. The course is divided into a detailed curriculum of 6 odd days, where each day is having a different task and activity which we are going to be learning. So day one of our task is about basic introduction, which we are going to be learning. Day two, of course, we are going to be learning about basic functions and formulas of Excel, right? That is something which is going to be helping you to leverage and increase your speed. Once we are through with the basic Excel, the time to learn and move to the advanced formulas and advanced functions of Excel, which is there, which is very important. So day one and day two, there might be a cases that you might say that, okay, this is something which I know, but nothing to worry. We are definitely going to be learning a lot of new things in this Excel course. After that is done, one of the most important part, which is there is charts, graphs, and use of a practical Excel into a real world using some data, which is there. That is day number 4. Once we complete day 4, we are going to be moving to macros, which is there, which is going to be saving you a hell lot of time to put an automatic function. The time you press a macro, automatically the sheet is going to be created. The time you press a macro, automatically formatting is going to be done. The time you press the macro, all the arrangements which you need is going to be done. That is something which you're going to be learning. And trust me, it's very easy to learn it out. Okay. Next thing, we are also going to be learning one of the important part being a finance guy, right? What is something which everyone expects us to know the basic of personal finance, right? Some basics of NPV, IRR, and whether to invest it, not invest it, and how we can automate the things out using goal seek function and what if function, which is there. And the next and the best part, which everyone nowadays is talking about, a power pivot and power query, right? That is something which we are going to be learning in. And also, right, I am going to be incorporating a good part is, since you are here for Excel, I am also giving you some additional part of a course, which is also called as a learning a basic of a Google Sheet. Now, why this is important? Because why I'm incorporated the Google Sheet also. Because the time you will move to corporate ladder or a corporate world, or already some of the you have been working there, what is very important part, right? Important part is a lot of companies will be using Google Sheet instead of Excel, but both works in the same way. But Microsoft Excel have some problems which is catered by Google Sheet. Okay. Microsoft Excel has some basic problems which is catered by Google Sheet. And of course, the Google Sheet also has some basic problems which is catered by some other tools which are there. So there is no limit to learn the Excel and there is no limit to learn the Google Sheets. But my agenda for this masterclass and the course is very simple. Whatever is needed in this practical world, at least utna to aa jaye, at least I should know that much so that I am leveraged to as compared to another candidates out. And you know what? In a lot of companies interview, right? A lot of companies interview, the companies ask, can you share your screen and open Microsoft Excel? Trust me, that is something which a lot of companies do in their interviews, which is it's a selection parameter. So why we should leave even a 1% chance to get into the good companies of this world, right? So let us understand from the very basic that how we are going to be using an Excel, how Excel is something which is going to be helping us in day-to-day life. And also, right, parallelly, if you have any queries, definitely you can put it in our course section, or definitely for the people, those who are connected in our live class can put it over a chat box. We'll be happy to have those queries out. Also, the people, those who are connected here, right, if you could perform the task which we are going to be doing daily, right, so it's very good that within, trust me, within a week you're going to be pro in Excel. Trust me, there's no limit to learn the Excel, to be very honest, right? No one can say that I know 100% Excel. No one is the one can say 100% Excel, but I'm saying that jitna chahiye, whatever is needed in this practical world to survive, to grow fast, that is something which we are going to be learning in this Excel masterclass, right? So let us start with our basic Excel masterclass. Let me start with very basic out, then we'll move to some advanced level discussion. During a discussion also, I'll try to put some of the advanced level things, right? So if you feel like it's this is something, if you want me to repeat, just keep me posted. I'll be happy to do it for you guys. Chalo. Let me again share my screen and then we'll move to the learning of Excel. Now, very basic part about learning of Excel, right? How to start the Excel. Everyone knows this out, right? You can just go to the start bar. You can just type Excel, which is there. This is one of the way. The time you'll type it out, you'll be able to get the Excel version. Now, multiple people can have a multiple type of Excel file, or different type of Excel version can be there, right? But prefer to please get a latest and updated Excel version which is there. Other ways you can use it, you can just right click. The time you'll click right click here, you'll get an option to open the Excel file. If you see it out here, you get an option to open the Excel file from here itself. Okay. Third way, you can just press Windows R. The time you press Windows R, you could see your Windows option is there, Windows R, and you can just type Excel there. From there also, you'll be able to open the Excel file. So 3 different ways from where you can open the Excel file. First, from a start bar. Second, from right click, new option. You can just use this. And the third is you can just type Windows R and you can just type Excel. Now, you know what? By the end of this class, one thing which I can promise, if you will follow my guidelines, trust me, you can learn and type and do the Excel without touching your mouse pad. Trust me, because the day I started my journey of this finance, what happened was my senior told me out, Shivam, if you are going to be using a mouse pad, trust me, I'm going to be giving you a big slap. And he ensured that I learned the Excel without using a mouse pad. And you know what? The time you'll open the Excel, say for example, this is something which you open, right? So you got a new workbook open, right? My senior also told me how to hide this option and then start working on the Excel part. Okay. So that is something which we are also going to be learning out. Don't worry, right? Without you looking at any of the things, you can use the Excel in a better way. Now, coming back to our journey again, right? First thing, the time you open the Excel out, what is something which you could see? You could see a lot of grid lines which are there, right? You can see a lot of boxes which are there. They correct them boxes. You can see a lot of grid lines which are there. Now, whenever you are going to be, let me also open new sheet. Whenever you're going to be opening a lot of Excel, right? Or whenever you're going to be opening an Excel file, right? The Excel have a fixed number of rows and fixed number of columns. That is a biggest problem here in Microsoft Excel. If you could see, there are 10,48,576 rows which are there. And if you could see in the number of columns, right, it is somewhere around XFD, which counts to somewhere around 16,384. Now, imagine that the companies like Amazon is using this Excel. Will they able to put all the data here? The answer is no, right? Of course, they are going to be having a transactions more than 1 crore. So this is something which is going to be an inherent limitation of Excel, right? Which is conquered or can be solved by different tools, which is there, which again, which we are going to be discussing in the upcoming classes. Second thing in Excel, which is there, is that whatever you do in Excel, you need to continuously or press Control S, or you can just start auto save button, you know, because if you don't save it out, it's gone. If you don't save it out, it's gone, right? So what is important is to save the file. Okay. Now, let me start with very basic part. Now, this is something which you'll see as a ribbon, right? If you could see on the top right hand, right, there are multiple tabs on a ribbon: home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, developer, help, right? You'll be able to see some tabs on the ribbon, right? And each tab have been divided into some small groups, like this is called as font, this is called as alignment, this is called as number, this is called as style, this is called as cell. So over a period of time, we'll learn each and everything out using a practical data. I don't want to give you more of a ज्ञान. Practically सीखेंगे तब मजा आएगा. Next, whenever you open this, right, say for example, you will be able to see this boxes. These are called as grid lines, right? These are called as grid line. Now, whenever you're going to be typing some number, say for example, I've typed this number out, it will be always aligned on a right hand side. So the time you type something like, say for example, Shivam Palan, it's always going to be on the left hand side, right? Does that mean that I cannot shift it on a right? Yes, you can shift it on a right, not a problem. Or you can shift it on a center, not a problem. Okay. Chalo. Now let us understand one of the very interesting part of Excel one by one, which is going to be important for you guys. The first thing, say for example, I wanted to type something in this cell, right? This is again called as a cell. Each cell will have an address. If you could see this, this is called as a name box. Name box will be able to see the address which is there. The address of is E3. Yeah, you can just see the address which is there. If you put some formulas, you'll be able to see some formula here in the formula box. Okay, so that is something which you'll be able to see. Again, we'll learn over a period of time how does this formula box works, how does we can see the formula out there. So that is something which we'll learn. Now, say for example, I'm typing something and मुझे कुछ type करना है कि how many students are there, or I just want to type the name of a students in the same file. So if you want to go to that Excel, or if you want to enter and start working into that cell, you just need to press F2. The time you press F2, it's going to be activated. वो cell activate हो जाता है. Okay. And say for example, I want to type the name Shivam, and then I want to write my name. And after this, iske niche, I want to write one of my student name called as Akhil Gupta. Right. So what is something which I need to do if I want to write the name below it? Many of you will say that you agle cell mein likh do. Nahi. You can just press F2 and then you can press Alt Enter. But you need to be in that cell. Okay. You need to be in that cell. So cell ke andar you just need to press F2, then you need to press Alt Enter. Then you can write Akhil Gupta. Right. Apparently, if you feel like making a notes, definitely you can make some notes, which is going to be there. Again, it's going to be helping out to put the data out, because that is many times you'll need this when you're going to be presenting your data, right, in a better way. Okay. So again, I'll repeat, you just need to press F2 if I'm writing my name, right? After that is done, if I want to write the same name or some name in the cell out, Alt Enter, Alt Enter, and then you can just type the name of a person or things which is there. Okay. Next, say for example, right, I have done some work in Excel. मैंने कुछ काम कर लिया है, but again I have done some mistakes out. Okay, I've done some mistakes out. Say for example, I've written some numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, and I just want to remove 8, or I have just done some mistake out. Okay, so I can just redo it, or I can just press Ctrl Z, है ना, जो मैंने लिखा है उसको वापस करते जाए, Ctrl Z, right? And if I want to, again, there is an option called as undo and redo, right? And if you want to bring it back, right? So what is something, if you could see here, देखो मैंने यहाँ पे भी टॉप पे बहुत सारी चीजें डाली है, right? Or something which you can do, है ना? तो you can also press Ctrl Y, है ना? Ctrl Y आगे जाएगा, Ctrl Z पीछे जाएगा, Ctrl Y आगे जाएगा, Ctrl Z पीछे जाएगा, simple. है ना? So that is something which is there. Many times वो गाड़ी आगे पीछे लेना पड़ता है ना, बस वैसा ही है, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Y, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Y, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Y. Okay, so that way we are going to be using this basic function which is there. Next, very interesting function which is going to be increasing your speed out. Right here, if you could see, there are a lot of sheets which are given. यहाँ पे दिख रहा है आपको बहुत सारी sheets दी हुई है. Right? If you want to add some sheet, you can press this button. But I'm again telling you, using a mouse pad is going to be reducing your speeds, my friend. Mouse को use नहीं करना है हमको. You need to use a shortcut which is there, because the time you use a shortcut, it's going to be saving your time. So how to open a new sheet? Very simple. You just need to press Shift F11. The time you press Shift 11, then if you could see, the sheets are going to be opening up. Can you see the sheets are going to be opening up? Multiple sheets I have opened within a fraction of a second instead of just clicking plus button. Okay. Now one more shortcut, right, which is there. If you want to rename a sheet, right, how to rename a sheet out. Of course, you can use your mouse, you can just click double here, and then you can just go and you'll rename working file, right? It's again going to be a time consuming task. Now, please understand how to rename or how to activate this formulas, or I want to activate this ribbon. The time you press Alt, if you could see, I've pressed the Alt. The time I press Alt, it is going to be activated. ये पूरा activate हो जाता है. And after that is done, I can just put some formulas out to rename it. Definitely you'll learn it over a period of time. You cannot learn it within a fraction of seconds saying that कि मेरे को तो एक बार में सब याद हो जाए. नहीं होगा रे. ठीक है. It's gonna be taking a time. So of course there is some shortcut formulas to rename it, right? What is the shortcut formula? Alt H. The time you'll press H, देखो please understand. Alt. The time you press Alt, they say H. The time you press H, it's gonna be showing the formulas or the things related to the home tab. The time you'll press N, it's going to be showing the things related to insert tab. The time you'll press P, it's going to be moving to the page layout. The time you press M, it's going to be moving to formulas, which is there. Now, again, I am going to be going to home tab, Alt H. I want to format it and I want to rename this. So I'll do Alt H O R. The time I'll do Alt H O R, it's going to be moving to my cell out and it's going to be moving to the sheet tab and it's going to be saying कि आपको कुछ rename करना है क्या? Okay. And definitely I can do a renaming of that sheet. Okay. Now it's very important to avoid using a mouse. The time you'll start using a mouse, you're going to be wasting a hell lot of time. Okay. Now what is something which you need to do? Right. Say for example, अब मुझे लग रहा है कि यार इतनी सारी sheet मैंने create कर दिया. I just want to delete it out. One way you can just right click, you can just delete. Again, it's going to be a time taking task, right? Which is there. Now best formula which you can use, Alt E L, 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 Alt E L. Done. Now, the time you do Alt E L, can you do a Control Z? No. एक बार कोई पाप हो गया तो उसको कोई वापस ठीक कर सकता है क्या? नहीं कर सकता ना, right? So of course, Control Z is not possible once you have done some deletion of a work. है ना, कोई खुशी से देख रहा है और सोच रहा है मैं ऑफिस का डेटा ऐसे ही डिलीट कर दूंगा. शर्म आ रही है, ऐसे नहीं करते बेटा. ना ऑफिस का डेटा डिलीट नहीं करना है आपको ऐसे, है ना. और फिर कंट्रोल एस मत दबा देना, नहीं तो और दिक्कत हो जाएगा उसके बाद. बट ठीक है, यहाँ तक आई होप द थिंग्स आर क्लियर, राइट. पैरेलली जो रिकॉर्डिंग में देख रहे हैं, इफ यू वांट टू पॉज इट आउट यू कैन डू इट पैरेलली. ठीक है. और जो लाइव में ऑफ कोर्स यू विल डू इट इन अ व्हाइल. डोंट वरी, आई विल गिव यू टाइम. नेक्स्ट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज. अब चलो एक थोड़े से जादू दिखाते रहता हूँ बीच बीच में. आई विल शो यू सम मैजिक आल्सो व्हिच इज गोना बी मेकिंग यू फील लाइक यार मजा आ गया. ठीक है. लेट अस आल्सो लर्न एंड डू सम मैजिक्स आउट व्हिच इज देयर. ओके, तो लेट अस स्टार्ट विद वन ऑफ द सिंपल मैजिक आउट. तो से फॉर एग्जांपल आई वांट टू सेव अ टाइम, राइट. मुझे बहुत सारा टाइम बचाना है एक्सेल में एंड रिपीटेडली आई जस्ट नीड टू पुट सम ऑफ द नेम्स व्हिच इज देयर और मेनी टाइम्स आई नीड टू पुट सम फंक्शंस आउट. बहुत बार मुझे करना पड़ता है ना. से फॉर एग्जांपल आई समटाइम्स नीड टू पुट a company name, or sometimes I need to put some particulars in every cell. Or say for example I'm preparing a financial statements of some company, so again I need to write again and again, say for example ABC Private Limited, है ना, बार बार मुझे लिखना पड़ता है. So again let us put some magic out by which you can definitely get this name within a fraction of seconds. How you can do it out, let's see properly. Go to file section. Here you will find an option for a more, right. File section में option दिखेगा more का. And here you will find further option. Many of you might have a direct option. यहाँ पे आपको option दिख जाएगा नीचे, तो वहाँ पे भी जा सकते हो. File, more, options. The time you go here you will be able to see the Excel option tabs. Multiple tabs options are there. Definitely we'll cover one by one. But now we want to go to proofing section. And proofing में will go to autocorrect. है ना. Again, file, options. Options के अंदर I just clicked it out. I got proofing section. Once you go to proofing section, click on autocorrect option. Now this is something which is very cool. Why it is very cool? Say for example you can define your own rule, है ना. जैसे कि मैंने 3 बार SSS लिखा, राइट, और से फॉर एग्जांपल 3 बार RRR लिखा, तो उधर कुछ और आना चाहिए. That is something which you can do. So say for example the time I write ABC, it's going to be showing ABC Private Limited. You can just define a rule कि भाई मेरे को लगता है जैसे मैं ABC लिखूंगा तो ABC Private Limited आ जाए. जैसे सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूँ. The time I write PQR, है ना, तो मुझे क्या आना चाहिए, PQR Private limited, right? Add kar do, click on add. After that is done, press OK, right? And after that is done, once you do it out, what is something which you need to do? You just need to close this function out. Close kar do. Let's see the magic. PQ, PQR. The time you write PQR, अपने आप ये पूरा नाम ले लिया. Now imagine that how much time it's going to be saving for you every day, right? The time you're going to be working on some financials, or say for example, I put for multiple things. The time I write PAR, particulars अपने आप आ जाता है. The time I write ABC, it's going to be, है ना, तो I don't know ABC का small में था, big में था. I just need to check it out for ABC. But yes, the time you put some proofing functions, it's going to be saving your hell lot of time. Right? So definitely you can define multiple rules if you are going to be working on any of the clients or any of the company specific financials which are there. And तो खट हो जाता है, because please understand, it's all about the speed. And if you know the Excel, you can save 2 hours every day. And if you don't know the Excel, you will again waste 2 hours every day. You need to define by investing this 12 odd hours in this class, and definitely the time you'll invest it out, definitely you'll get a direct ROI in your productivity. Okay. This is done. This was something which was very interesting part, proofing section. You can just note it down. Parallelly, you can just try it out after the class. More options. Once you go to options, you'll be able to find out the options in the proofing section, autocorrect option. Okay, that is something which I can tell you. You can put it for anything out, anything that is going to be saving your time. Now, please understand, many of you will say that, sir, आपको तो वो alt h o r याद है, हमको तो याद नहीं होगा इतना जल्दी, है ना? आप तो खट चलाओगे आंख बंद करके, right? But again, we will not be able to do it. I'll tell you, for the functions which are there, you want to save a time. It's all about time saving, and that is also one of the reason why you joined the Excel course. Sir, मुझे ना मेरा time बचाना है ऑफिस में, right? I want to do the things very fast. Now I'll tell you, for the functions which you feel are very complicated, or ध्यान से सुनो, or the functions which you feel I'm going to be using it on an everyday basis. जैसे कि मुझे रंग भरने में बहुत मजा आता है, ठीक है? रंग बोला, मांग नहीं बोला, ठीक है? कुछ लोग हंस रहे हैं. हाँ, तो say for example, right, I want to put the color in this cell. So many a times what you'll do, आप यहाँ पे जाओगे, बढ़िया से you'll select this out and you'll find out some color, right? And every time you need to do it, every time you'll say that I need to put some colors on the top cell which is there. Now, what is something which you can do? You can just right click here and you can just put it here on the ribbon. I've just already done it. You can just put it out on a quick access toolbar. So this is called as quick access toolbar. So whatever tools which you feel like is going to be needing, or which you feel like is needed every day, you can just right click here and you can edit on a quick access toolbar. Now, why it is very interesting and important, please see, है ना? अभी देखो मैं क्या जादू दिखाता हूँ. The time you'll press Alt, है ना? अभी तक की क्या होता था? This functions are only activated in your cell. But in my case, I've already added this into the quick access toolbar. If I press Alt 1, it's going to be directly taking me to the color section. सर तो मुझे याद करने का जरूरत ही नहीं. Instead of देखो, मेरे को यहाँ से भी जा सकता हूँ मैं कलर पे. Alt H and then you'll go here. But if I want to do Alt 1, within a second, it saved my 2 steps. Now someone will say that इतना क्या फर्क पड़ता है भाई. It's going to be increasing your speed to a next level, and we are going to be ensuring that your speed is increased. So whatever functions which you feel like are going to be used for a daily function, what is something which you need to do? Right click on a quick access toolbar. Okay. Whatever functions you are going to be feeling like मुझे daily use करना पड़ता है, so you can just use within a, and you can put it on a quick access toolbar. Now I'll just show you the demo. जैसे मैंने लिखा particulars, है ना? उसके बाद मुझे लगता है कि मुझे इतने को, I just want to put a border. I'll just press 2. I want to remove the grid line. I've done it out. I want to put a color. I'll just put a color within a fraction of second, which is there. I want to bold it. I want to center it out. Done. इतनी जल्दी formatting भी हो गया. Now this is something, whatever I've done it out, it can be also done through macros, which we'll learn in a class. Oh hello. अभी इतना मैंने टाइम वेस्ट किया 10 सेकंड टेबल बनाने में, कलर लगाने में. Agree? And this is something I can do through macros, which we are going to be learning in a class. Okay, so it's again going to be saving your 10 seconds of a time. So it's all about how you can save a timeout. Okay, it's all about how you can save a timeout. Just a second, अभी demo दिखा सकता हूँ macros के लिए भी. I'll just show you the demo so that you will feel it out. हाँ यार, जबरदस्त कुछ होने वाला है. ठीक है, अब देखो आई जस्ट वांट टू पुट द कलर आउट, आई जस्ट प्रेस द मैक्रो, मैंने मैक्रो रन कर दिया, अपने आप वो ले लिया। से फॉर एग्जांपल अगेन आई एम शोइंग, ठीक है, आई एम जस्ट प्रेसिंग माय मैक्रो आउट, ऑटोमेटिकली टुक द कलर। मैंने कुछ किया क्या? नहीं, वो मैक्रो रन कर दिया, इट हैज डन एवरीथिंग आउट। Okay, so that is something you can put out different macros which are there, and that is going to be saving your time. Okay, so what is something which I have told you now? You can just add something or formulas which you feel like are frequently needed on a quick access toolbar. Okay, that is something which you need to do. Next, very important and very interesting. Now, whenever you're going to be putting some formulas, everyone is aware you need to start with the equal to, right? Say, for example, I want to put 50 plus 30. Of course, it's going to be showing 80, okay, which is there. Now, if you want to see this formula bar, this is very important. I want to see what formula I've put in this cell. You can easily see it in a formula bar, right? You can easily see the formula which I put it in a formula bar through here itself. यहाँ से आपको दिख जाएगा. Now, next thing, which is again very interesting and important, right? Say, for example, I wanted to show in this cell, मुझे सिर्फ ऐसे ही दिखाना है. Because I'm teaching someone and I want to tell you out कि देखो 50 plus 30 and I don't want it to be it a formula. I just wanted to show equal to 50 plus 30. How you can do it out? Yeah, here you will be able to see the comma which is there. I've just put a colon which is there. So you can just put this dash out and you will be able to do it. L के बाजू में you will be able to find it out. Okay, you will be able to find it out, and the time I'll do it, देखो, it is going in this way. Okay. It's all about presentation, which you should know. And I've also told you out if you want to put something in an Excel, Alt Enter. Okay, yeah, we can just put it out. Enough. It's all about a good way of presenting the things. Okay. Next, it's very important. Many a times, this is something which is oftenly said in offices, right? And this is what is called as a joke in office. एक joke मारते हैं boss, है ना? They'll say that तुम क्या बैठ के page up page down कर रहे हो? I don't know how many of you are working in corporate office or will be working in offices out. They said, "तू क्या बैठ के page up page down कर रहा है? काम कर थोड़ा." Right? What is page up page down? You could see in your laptop or screen, right? This is called as page up page down, and this is called as page up page down. I am just changing the sheets which are there, and how I'm going to be doing it. देखो, one way is just take your mouse there. You can just press. You'll be able to do it. Second way, best way to do it out, control, page up, page down, control, page up, page down. Okay. The time you press control, it will take to the different sheet which is there. And if you could see in your laptop, there are two controls. If you could see in your laptop, ध्यान से देखो laptop का keyboard, you will be able to see two controls which is there. Unless and until you are using a MacBook, MacBook में नहीं रहता control बेटा, उसमें command रहता है. नहीं तो कोई MacBook में देख के बोलेगा है, हमारे इसमें तो है ही नहीं. अरे भाई MacBook में command होता है, ठीक है? और MacBook में Excel चलेगा नहीं. That is an inherent problem. मतलब चलेगा, but again you will not be able to use the shortcuts and alt and all this stuff. So that is also an inherent limitation of a MacBook, not Excel. कोई बोलेगा Excel का inherent limitation है, नहीं भाई. Now, है ना? So you can just press control, page up, page down. That is something which will there, है ना? And if you just directly press page down, तो एक एक page नीचे जाते रहेगा. And if you press page up, तो एक एक page ऊपर जाते रहेगा. ठीक है? Now, say for example, I just want to move to the end of this sheet. So what is something which I'll do? I'll just press Control and downward key, which is there, which you will be able to see number of rows. And if you just want to go on a right hand side, to control right hand arrow. Very simple. This I think most of you know it, but still I'm telling out so that you does not feel like sir ne bataya nahi. So that is something I'm telling you. Next, very important and very interesting part, which is very, very interesting and important. Okay, you'll learn a lot of things here. Now, say for example, if I want to select a row, how you're going to be selecting a row? Control space bar, through which you can select a row. And if you want to select this column out, again you need to press Shift plus space bar. ठीक है? अब जैसे इससे करना है तो यहाँ से बहुत लोग करते हैं ऐसे क्लिक करके, और फिर बहुत लोग को करना होता है तो ऐसे क्लिक करते हैं. नहीं, यूज अ शॉर्टकट, है ना? कंट्रोल स्पेस बार, कंट्रोल स्पेस बार, कंट्रोल स्पेस बार, राइट? If you do it out, and Shift space bar, Shift space bar. Now, if I want to add a row, Control Shift plus. If I want to review it out, Control minus. Again, I'll repeat. You know, Shift space bar. You'll be able to select the column which is there, right? Control space bar, you'll be able to select the row. Okay. And if you want to edit out, Control Shift plus 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 plus. I want to remove it out. Control minus 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 minus. And I want to add Control Shift plus. Remove it out. Control minus. अब remove करने के बहुत सारे तरीके. Right click करो. Then you will get a multiple options which is there. है ना, तो वैसे भी कर सकते हो. That is not a problem. You can just click on delete. वहाँ से आपका हो जाएगा.